everybody. So a long time ago, I actually tried to do a video series on Tasha K and the Cardi B drama. I think I actually ended up doing a couple of videos, but the videos were mostly geared towards Tasha K and basically, just warning people in general not to defame other people on the internet, and how defamation of character can easily get yourself a lawsuit. Definitely check those videos out. Those are some very good videos if you're interested in defamation of character, the right to privacy and the law, so on and so forth. Really good videos. Go to my channel and check it out. Right. So recently I've heard that there's been a lot of drama behind Tasha K coming out with additional tea, so to speak, on Cardi B. And people are saying that Tasha is desperate for money. They're saying Tasha K is basically scamming people. They're saying a lot of really bad things about Tasha K. Now, I don't know if any of the things are true. They're saying that she actually has a Patreon account. And on that Patreon account, she advertised that she had exclusive information on Cardi B, and when people went to the Patreon account and they paid their $15, put the money down to get this exclusive content, they basically got some nonsense, right? They got OT, and this OT probably wasn't even true. It was probably just fabricated, and people are saying that Tasha K doesn't check her sources, so on and so forth, right? Now I'm not saying that any of that stuff is true. I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you what's floating on the internet. Me personally, I definitely don't want a defamation of character lawsuit because I don't have time to be running back and forth to court. So the reason I'm making this video is because I want to pick up the lawsuit between Tasha K and Cardi B. I want to pick that lawsuit up, right? And right now, because of this drama, I decided to look into some of the things that people are saying. And one of the things that people are saying is that Tasha K is broke or she's running out of money. And they're saying the reason that she created the Patreon account is though so that she can quickly get some money, because people are saying that they're alleging that she's desperate. There's alleging she's desperate for money, so therefore she's resorting to scamming people for money so she can pay for this lawsuit. Now I don't know if any of that stuff is true, but I found it interesting that they're saying that what Cardi B is doing, what her lawyers is advising her to do, and this is all speculation and allegation, right? But they're saying that Cardi B, because of the amount of money she has, she's able to drag the lawsuit out. She's able to drag the lawsuit out. And dragging a lawsuit out basically costs money. You're not supposed to be able to win like this. You really should be winning on the merits of the case. But, unfortunately, going to court is like going to the game. It's no different between going to a football game or basketball game. There's a difference. The difference is that the muscle is your brain, as opposed to the muscle being your body, right? So that's the only difference. Other than that, just like a basketball game has rules, there's certain things you can't do. You can't foul people, you can't travel, so on and so forth. There are supposed to be things that you can't do in law, which is to basically crush someone by constantly filing things and constantly trying to keep a case going that should go to trial and should be over with, right? You're supposed to not be able to do things like that, but in my opinion, what can happen is that by nature, lawsuits can take up to 4 to 5 years to basically get a verdict, and because of that, lawsuits can be expensive. They can be very expensive. So what I've done already, what I can confirm, is that there are tons of filings in this case. Now, don't quote me on the number. I think the number is around somewhere between 40 filings in this case. And this case has started in 2019. It was filed in 2019. The alleged incident maybe happened 2018, as some people are saying, but it wasn't really filed until 2019. And it's been going on for since then up until now. And there's been it's the lawsuit is fairly active. And I'm not sure what people are paying for lawyers, but lawyers are expensive. If you want to have a professional lawyer come to your case and basically champion your cause, you got to pay them. And both of these guys are celebrities. It probably sucks that for Tasha K that Cardi B is a mega superstar. So she has tons upon tons of money. So Cardi B can afford this case, in my opinion. Cardi B could probably afford this case in a sleep. She could probably pay a lawyer probably $100,000 a year and not even lose any sleep. Not even lose any sleep. Whereas Tasha K, I don't know what Tasha K's finances are. I don't know how much money she makes. But if Tasha K is not financially on Cardi B's level, Cardi B could probably hire 3 lawyers at $100,000 a piece and not lose any sleep and just pay them $100,000 a year to litigate this case. If Tasha K can't match her, my personal opinion, if Tasha K cannot match Cardi B in the terms of financing the lawsuit, then we're going to be looking at a David versus a Goliath type situation. She has to hire somebody who really knows their stuff and have to really know how to win this thing. And Tasha K has to uh, be 100% right. And my opinion on all this is that lawyers are expensive. Lawyers know that they are expensive. And if a lawyer, just like you and anybody else, if you get a case and it's a really good case, and you know that that person needs professional services, you're not going to shortchange yourself and decide to work for less money because you like this person. If the person can't pay, more than likely you're going to move on, just like everybody else in this world. You're going to move on to somebody who can pay, right? So that's one of the unfortunate things about the legal world is that if you can't afford representation, then more than likely you're probably not going to prevail in your case, right? Within some exceptions. I'm not saying that because Cardi B can afford to, hire 2, 3 lawyers, hell, even 4 lawyers at $100,000 a pop a year, that Cardi B is automatically going to win. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Cardi B is well off enough that paying lawyers to drag this thing out is not going to cause her to lose any sleep. And that's a pretty effective strategy, to be honest with you. Because if you can't afford to get a lawyer, then that means you're going to have to go to court yourself pro se. And if you go in pro se, you're up against people who have probably years and years of experience litigating law. It's almost the equivalent of trying to play Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron in their prime, and you're just learning how to bounce the ball. I mean, it's pretty much it's pretty much just going to be a slaughter in most situations. Now I'm not saying that right never wins. But in this situation, is in my personal opinion, is not clear who's right, who's really right. I personally believe that Tasha K has done nothing wrong, but I still think I need to do a little bit more research before I stand on that opinion. But I'm basing this opinion off of freedom of speech, and I'm basing the opinion off of the right to basically have freedom of speech and basically speak on whatever you want to speak of. But the problem becomes that you're speaking about somebody's personal life, their personal business. That puts you in the realm of defamation of character. So that puts you in the realm of defamation of character because you're talking about somebody's personal, private affairs. And I've already covered that topic on my YouTube page. Definitely go back and look up defamation of character on my page. Look up the videos I have about Tasha K already. So even though I believe Tasha K is right, so to speak, I think she's in trouble because she is talking about someone's personal business. She might have a slightly a chance because she's talking about a public person. Cardi B is a very public person. So because she's a public person, she put herself out there to be talked about. But on the same token, the issue is her medical condition, whether or not she has, herpes. I personally think everybody has herpes, but you're talking about um, her personal medical business, and that could possibly be a issue for Tasha K. The other thing that Tasha K has going for her is that in the video that I saw, she isn't really saying a lot about Cardi B. The guest on her show, who I believe, if I can remember correctly, Star Marie, is making a lot of allegations about Cardi B. So I think Cardi B initially just asked Tasha to take the videos down, and that would have just quelled the lawsuit. But Tasha K, it looks like she's going to fight. So this is going to be an interesting case because it's going to shape the way the internet handles defamation of character. Again, you can't talk about a person's private, personal life. You may be able to say some things about a person because they're a public person, but their private, personal life, you can't really put their private, personal information out there unless it's newsworthy and unless it was already out there. But I'm not going to go too much into that. I have other videos on Tasha K, and you should go and check those out and to get more information. But long story though, just to wrap this all up, I am going to try to cover some of the filings in the Tasha K Cardi B lawsuit. I'm not sure when I'm actually going to get to it because I am extremely busy, but I'm actually going to slowly but surely start discussing some of the actual filings and some of the motions and the actual claims that they have going against one another. But leave your questions and comments below. Do you think Tasha K is broke and just simply running out of money and she's looking for a way to scam? Me personally, I have no way to tell if something like that is true, but what I can tell you is that there have been over 40 filings in that particular case. At least I believe, if I can remember correctly, there's about 40 filings in that particular case between Tasha K. And I can tell you that celebrity lawyers are expensive, and I can tell you that this case is pretty active and it's been going on for some time, and I don't see an end to it unless they settle. That's it. Leave your questions and comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe.